They went to see the stars. That's all it was meant to be, a weekend beneath the endless Utah sky. Sarah Bennett, 26, and Andrew Miller, 28, left Colorado on a Friday afternoon in 2011. They were ordinary, quiet, the kind of couple that finished each other's coffee and never posted more than one photo a month. The desert should have been peaceful, but peace out here has a way of turning into silence. The disappearance. They told Sarah's sister they'd camp near the Henry Mountains, one tent, one camera, back by Sunday. But Sunday came, and no one heard from them. By Monday, rangers found the campsite, a burned-out fire ring, 2 chairs. The Jeep's tire tracks faded into soft sand and ended at a dry wash. Beyond that, nothing. Helicopters swept the valleys. Search teams combed the ridges. Weeks passed, then months. The story slipped off the news like sand through fingers, and the desert stayed quiet. The mine. 8 years later, in 2019, a volunteer K-9 team returned for training exercises. They weren't looking for Sarah and Andrew. They were teaching scent tracking for an unrelated case. One dog, Rex, stopped at a rusted chain-link fence almost swallowed by sagebrush. A warning sign, half gone, read, "Uranium property, keep out." The gate was open just wide enough for a person. Inside, the air changed. Cool, heavy, metallic. 90 feet down, the beam of a flashlight caught something pale. At first, they thought it was clothing caught on rock. Then one rescuer whispered, "That's a hand." They found them sitting together against the tunnel wall. Sarah's head on Andrew's shoulder, his arms still around her. No trauma, no struggle, just stillness. A camera bag lay between them. The camera inside was dusty, but the film perfectly preserved. Authorities sealed the site, and news outlets called it a tragic accident. Couple lost in mine succumbed to toxic air. But the photos told a different story. The photos. The first few frames were ordinary. Canyon sunsets. Sarah smiling, hair lit gold by evening light. Andrew joking with a stick fire. Then came darker shots, inside the mine. At first, Andrew held the flashlight while Sarah took pictures of old beams, rusted carts, carved initials. Then Andrew started appearing in front of the camera, facing it, which meant someone else was behind the lens. In the next few frames, he looked worried. Dust motes floated like snow. Sarah's hand blurred across one image as if she was trying to grab the camera away. The final photo was almost black. When investigators enhanced it, they saw 3 silhouettes: Sarah, Andrew, and a third shape, taller, featureless, standing directly behind them, one hand on each of their shoulders. The mine, according to records, had been sealed since 1954. The voices. The case should have ended there, but it didn't. 2 months after recovery, a geologist from the county office was cataloging the mine's location when his radio picked up faint static. Not a signal, just rhythmic tapping. 3 beats, pause, 3 beats, pause. He recorded it. When the sound was cleaned up, you could hear something under the knocks, a voice repeating 2 names. Sarah, Andrew. No one could explain it. Radiation interference, maybe, except the tapping was still there when the equipment was turned off. The journal. In 2020, a park ranger found a half-rotted notebook wedged behind a fallen board in the same canyon. The cover read, "A Miller, 2011. The last page said, "We heard someone calling. It sounded like my name, but not quite right. We followed the voice into the mine. It kept saying, 'Come see what's ours.' I think we're lost." The light went out. Sarah says she can still see. Below that line, the rest of the page was pressed in deep grooves, like someone had tried to write without ink. Under strong light, investigators could read the marks. They spelled a single word, repeated 3 times. Listen, the legend. Locals talk about miners who died there in 1954. 6 men trapped after a collapse. Their families said they could still hear knocking from inside the mountain for 3 days after the cave-in, until it stopped. Old-timers claim the mine keeps the names of anyone who enters, that once you speak inside, the echoes don't fade. They learn the sound of you. Sarah and Andrew must have called to each other in the dark, and the mine answered back. The investigator. A retired sheriff told a podcast in 2022 that he visited the site before it was resealed. He said the air felt alive. He dropped a pebble down a side shaft, and the sound came back wrong, like a whisper shaped into his own voice. He never went back. 6 months later, he moved to Colorado. He left a note with his case files. It's not empty down there. It's waiting. The return. Last winter, hikers reported seeing tire tracks leading to the mine again. No one admitted to opening the gate, but it stood wide under the moonlight. Inside, searchers found 3 sets of footprints. 2 led in, 1 led out. At the edge of the mine mouth, carved freshly into stone, was a date. 2019, and 3 initials, SBAM. The third was unfinished, the ending. When the wind moves through those canyons, it echoes strangely. Sometimes it sounds like a human voice, calling from far away. If you ever hear it, don't answer. Don't say a name, because they say the mine listens. It learned theirs, and now it's listening for yours.